हळू जायचं हळू हळू
Convocation ceremony of MIT Art Design and Technology University, Vishwaraj Bagh, Pune, India. We welcome all the dignitaries. May we have a huge round of applause for all the dignitaries present here. All the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais are requested to rise up for the national anthem, followed by the World Peace Prayer.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मङ्गलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
All are requested to fold their hands for World Peace Prayer.
नमो जीयाद्या वेद प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवा तूची गणेशु सकलार्थ मति प्रकाशु म्हणे निवृत्तिदासु अवधारी जोजी गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
And now, the dignitaries on the dais will join for Saraswati Puja and lighting of the lamp. All are requested to take their respective seats in the audience. goddess of knowledge, Mata Saraswati. And now, may I request the technical team to relay the AV of the glimpses of the university.
Have a great challenge. University has given you the proper degree. You have to find out world, at what rate world is changing, and how are you going to take the opportunity of the changing world. So that is a challenge. With your learning ability, you will be able to do that, and you will be able to succeed in your future. So that is my great hope from you.
Dikshant doesn't mean shiksha ka anta. It is only Diksha given by Guru, Professor, Teacher stops here. Now you on your own have to proceed further.
मेरा काम करने में मन लगता है, शांत बैठना मेरा स्वभाव नहीं है और सम्मान की ही बात करनी है तो आज मुझे जो पदवी प्रदान की है ये मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा पुरस्कार है.
This is where the innovative solution has to come from the youth. Youth has to think differently and they have to take on the challenges of facing the issues of the society in a big way and contribute to the nation building.
When I look at the MIT-ADT and when I look at the MIT group of institutes, I feel that there is a hope because the young people would definitely make it happen.
I requested Mangesh ji, you will make a little change in the name of the university. Instead of MIT University, make it a MIT Global University.
I must congratulate, as I said in the beginning, ADT had, I think, far-sightedly taken a view that here arts, design, technology and other branches will converge together, and this university started emerging in that environment.
Competition sometimes troubles us a lot more than what it should.
The college plays a very important role in setting the foundation, but what you do from here on is pretty much your call.
This university is striving with a vision of a world-class university while preserving the national focus on human resources development.
What I expect from you students of this university is that after going out from this MIT, your work will be such and your success will be such that one day your MIT will be recognized at a mighty university all over the world.
Today is the day you have to enjoy, but while enjoying you should also see some principles for success, how you can achieve it, how you can do thinking out of the box, some innovative ideas. Just don't be academician, be practical, be innovative. There are a lot of opportunities in the world.
You should represent India in a right spirit. And then of course, as a seafarer, when you talk to people outside, they should feel that yes, seafarers are there to keep the world moving.
You have to develop your own base attitude for the further success
and sustainable journey of your life as iconic food technologies of tomorrow.
The education should be liberal. Yes, the education must be liberal. If anything is rigid, it cannot be education. Rigidity destroys the progress. It destroys the advancement.
Remember, friends, on this occasion when you are leaving the portals of this institution, of this ADT University, with the appropriate guidance, educating you, training you to understand your duty. Duty toward the mother, the father, the family, the society, the nation and the whole world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. One word.
Thank you. We just witnessed the beautiful glimpses of the third convocation ceremony of MICE MIT Art Design and Technology University, Pune. Thank you. And now may I request Honorable Executive President and Vice Chancellor of MIT Art Design and Technology University, Professor Dr. Mangesh Karat sir, to deliver the welcome speech.
हेलो हेलो सर्वप्रथम मैं यहाँ उपस्थित सभी महोदयों को ये हमारा चौथा दीक्षांत समारोह है इसके उसी के लिए हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ और मेरा स्पीच यहाँ पे शुरू करता हूँ. फ्रेंड्स, a very good morning to one and all. The chief guest of the today's program, Honorable Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy Ji, the Secretary of the Department of Defense R&D and the Chairman of the DRDO. He is not present here, but he is online going to attend the program at 11 a.m. The guests of honor, Honorable Mr. Prashanta Nandaji, legendary filmmaker and social worker and member of the Rajya Sabha. Our another special guest of honor, Honorable Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi, former IS officer and member of Lok Sabha, Bhubaneswar, Orissa. Our other special guest who is here, Shrivat Honorable Anil Parabji, who is the Minister, Transport Minister for the state of Maharashtra. He is here. Our own founder, Dr. Vishwanath Ji Karat sir of the MIT group. All other, our trustees of the MIT group, Mrs. Swati Sate, Dr. Suchitra Nagre, Srimati Jyoti Dhakne, Shrivat Vinayak Gaisas, and everyone who are present here for this special, very pious program, the Convocation Day of the MIT-ADT University. I welcome you all. I also welcome distinguished members of the Board of Governors, Board of Management, all the deans, directors, heads, academic members of MIT-ADT University, distinguished invitees, dear gold medalists, rank holders, PhD scholars, graduating students, and their proud parents, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Graduation Day once again. At the outset, I am delighted to welcome all the graduates of 2021 at the memorable occasion of the fourth convocation ceremony of the MIT-ADT University and congratulate them for this coveted academic distinction and wish them all a very bright and prosperous tomorrow. Friends, I am really privileged to welcome our chief guest, Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy, who is the chairman of the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. He is carrying forward the legacy of late Dr. Rajaram Manna, late Dr. Abdul Kalam, and many more who have helped our country to become self-reliant in defense sector. He is a scientist of international repute. His tenacious leadership has enabled development of a navigation technology and systems which form the core of the defense system, defense assets, and he is instrumental in development of the fourth generation light combat aircraft tejas, and he has spearheaded the development of various kinds of missiles for ballistic missile defense, number of anti-tank guided missiles, surface-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles, air-to-air missiles, and whatnot. Number of the list goes on. Dr. Reddy sir has helped to foster an ecosystem that encourages free thinking and creativity in DRDO and in the defense. He has focused on all aspects of defense research, development, and production by enabling industry, our own Indian industry. He is the first Indian in over 100 years to be conferred with the prestigious honorary fellowship and silver medal by the Royal Aeronautical Society, London. Sir, we are honored by your presence. Your keynote speech will certainly motivate our students and faculty on this occasion. We are also honored by the presence of a legendary filmmaker, social worker, and member of parliament, Shri Prashant Nandaji. He is an Indian National Award winner, director, actor, politician, former minister from the state of Orissa. He is a film legend. He has written a couple of books, and he also has a special interest in music. He has directed music for a number of films. Sir, we are honored by your presence for this program. Friends, we are really fortunate to have very special guest, Srimati Aparajita Sarangi Madam. She is a former IS from Orissa, and she is presently working as a member of parliament from Bhubaneswar. She has given her first phase of life to the country as a civil servant, and she has contributed to the country in multiple ways. And now she is working with the BJP party. She is a think tank in her own way. Madam, we are pleased to welcome you on this occasion. We feel privileged by the very presence of Honorable Shri Parabji, who is the Minister for the State Cabinet Minister for the Transport Government of Maharashtra. His daughter happens to be our student of the MIT Institute of Design. So we could get him today for this program. So thank you for accepting our invitation and gracing the dais. Thank you very much. Friends, we all are delighted and inspired by the presence of our own founder and inspiration, architect of this World Peace Dome, architect of the MIT Group. He is a passionate teacher for the universal education system, and he is striving hard. At the age of 81. He works for 12 hours a day or more than that, and we really salute the energy and enthusiasm of our own founder, Dr. Karat sir. So thank you for coming for the program. Dear graduates, I wish you a happy new year and the spirit of hope and vitality which the new year brings every year. I am delighted to acknowledge the entire staff and students for their individual and collective efforts in realizing the university goals in these challenging times of a pandemic. I appreciate the agility, resilience, passion, dedication, and hard work put in by everyone in last 2 years on this occasion. It was a year filled with various landmarks and achievements. Let me share a few of them with you. Our university has received a full star rating to the Institution's Innovation Council initiative by the Ministry of Education, Government of India in December 2021. This is the second consecutive year our university has got full star ratings by the Ministry of Education. It is a matter of great pride. For the second consecutive year, we are among the top 50 private universities as a band excellent across the country for creating innovation and incubation facilities. And it has been recognized by ARIA, Atal Research, Innovation and Incubation, that format by the Ministry of Education again in December 21. These two are matter of a great pride. We are on the right track of creating new age university for innovation and entrepreneurship. Friends, within a short span of 5 years, 11 doctorates have been awarded, and we have around 200 research scholars pursuing their PhD at our university. Additionally, 8 patents are already granted, which were filed by our faculties, and 40 patents are in pipeline. 250 copyrights are granted, and we have 38 incubatees who are developing their enterprise at our Atal Incubation Center. We have also become an authorized partner with the Cambridge English Assessment, part of the University of Cambridge, UK, and as a Center of Excellence. Our university now conducts the Cambridge exams for all first-year students at this university. This year, we have also established full-fledged Vishwaraj Film Studio. You could recognize our today's guest is from film industry. Sir, we are very happy to share with you our Honorable Karat sir has developed full-fledged film studio at the premises, which will support our film institute, which our MIT School of Film and Television. So that is the great addition to our university. We also have started very innovative program, BA and MA in Public Administration, BA and MA under the MIT School of Indian Civil Services. After completion of this program, the graduates can easily become the IS officer. Our another special guest, she is a former IS officer, so she can understand number of our youth, they spend a lot of time in preparation of the UPSC examination and State Public Service Commission examinations. We wanted to reduce their time, and to do that, the Special School of Indian Civil Services is started at this campus. We also have started another unique programs, Master of Architect in Traditional Indian Architectural Knowledge System, Master of Planning in Urban and Regional Planning. Smart cities are coming up in large number in our country. We need a manpower for that. So this M-Plan in Urban and Regional Planning is also started. We also have started MSc Science programs in different specializations. As an extension of our academic activities, we have conducted number of 8 national and international conferences, more than 140 webinars, 41 workshops, 2 field visits, 13 brainstorming sessions, 21 competitions, a celebration of 25 days, 47 MOUs, and the list goes on. Friends, the list is too long. I will not share everything. On the placement side, I think last year we could place more than 900 of our students, our graduates in multiple companies, reputed companies, right from Google, Microsoft, Rolls-Royce, Amazon, Capgemini, you name the company, and more than 300 companies, they visited our campus and they recruited our students. So that is another good point. Our training and placement department is getting strengthened and strengthened every year. Friends, as mentioned earlier, we have made a resolve to create a new age university with a innovation and entrepreneurship to have a global footprint. We really wanted to make our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's dream to make India $5 trillion economy. And to make it happen, I think education sector has to play very big role. Universities has to play very big role. Now our country needs the universities which will really enhance the innovation-led entrepreneurship among our young Indians. Our youth is really aspiring to create the multinational company that par with the Facebook, Google, and number of companies. In last 2 years, I think more than 65 Indians have created the unicorns. That is a matter of great achievement. We should really clap for them, all those 65 unicorns whose valuations, the new company valuations are more than 7,500 crore rupees. And this university has taken that place to create number of that entrepreneurs which will really add the value to the economy of the country, who will really gear up or who will really increase the GDP of the country, per capita income of the country of the India. With that home, with that objective, all the activities of the university are geared up. The syllabus, all the the projects, products, everything is with the vision to promote the innovation and finally from innovation to the entrepreneurship. So this is, and on that background, I am happy that our efforts are recognized by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, and we got the rank in the first 50 university rank throughout the country. Worldwide, people are all being forced apart and driven into isolation. Technology advancement in isolation. Technology advancements and social media are instrumental in keeping us all connected. Universities too are searching for new educational and research models that will take advantage of this technology and simultaneously conduct both in-person and online activities. Hence, our university has adopted a multidisciplinary learning focus by successfully synthesizing art with a design, design with a technology, and technology with art. It reflects in how we are developing a design-enabled technology and management school. I repeat, a design-enabled technology and management schools and technology-enabled design and creative schools. Design thinking subject is made part of a technology schools, while universities across India are in the process of developing framework. We have started practicing very effective applied research and innovation-driven initiatives at our university. As we set foot into the new year, we at MIT-ADT University will continue to do our utmost to further develop Industry 4.0 skills and abilities to provide sustainable careers to you. Through the integrated model of the School of Holistic Development, School of Corporate Innovation and Leadership, the Center for Research and Innovation for Young Aspirants, that is the KRIA, and Atal Incubation Center, you may be able to achieve your highest career aspirations at this university. To strengthen the research culture in our university, foreign university mentors from Oxford University, Dr. Nana Sahib Thorat, Dr. Praveen Dadiwal, Dr. Shirish Ravan from Space Agency from Vienna, and many more are engaged. Our beloved Dr. Raghunath Mashalkar sir has agreed to be innovation mentor for this university. It is a very good achievement from our side. We are happy for the mentorship by Dr. Raghunath Mashalkar ji. Friends, I feel proud to announce that we are engaged with the Tata Motors and Cummins India. And the university has developed a short-term training programs, MTech programs, BTech programs for Tata Motors in electrical vehicle technologies. Already short-term training programs are already going on. MTech programs will begin from the month of February. BTech programs will begin from the coming June, we can say. Tata Motors has recognized our passion and they have accepted MIT-ADT University as their knowledge partner, very reliable knowledge partner. Similarly, Cummins India also has recognized MIT-ADT University, and we have developed the special programs of 3 to 6 months in embedded technologies, cyber technologies, artificial intelligence, and those batches are already launched. The training is going on. Number of other companies are there. Our university has identified the relevant technologies like electrical vehicle technologies, artificial intelligence, and so on. And our university is expanding the capacity in all these upcoming technologies at this university. User experience design, data science, these are the other few branches where our university is expanding its capacity in large number to cater the need of the industry. In nutshell, I can say we at MIT Art Design Technology University strive to create a new age university that will fulfill the aspirations of young Indians from all aspects, be it innovative programs, excellent academic infrastructure, dedicated top-notch faculty, unique learning experience, holistic development of students, industry partnership, economy boosting of the country, social inclusion of all the elements of the society, peace-loving society, and so on. So that is the vision with which this university is working. Today on this occasion, I feel honored that Shri Prashanta Nandaji is being felicitated with a doctorate degree for his exemplary contribution to Indian cinema. Sir, we are very happy you are being felicitated at our premises and for your contribution to the Odia film industry. I have gone through your biodata. You have directed, acted more than 60 to 70 films and very rich films, very impactable films. And you are felicitated at a place called as the Rajbagh, where late Shri Raj Kapoor's soul prevails. He might be moving here to see the program. Hearty congratulations to you, sir. Today on this auspicious occasion, Shrimati Aparajita Sarangi Madam will be felicitated with a Shri Saraswati Devi Jeevana Jnana Gaurav Puraskar for her exemplary contribution to nation building. As I mentioned, she has served the country as an IS officer since few years back, and she has contributed at a state level and at a central level also. And now she is actively working in a BJP party. She is a national spokesman, and she is helping our Honorable Prime Minister G in developing the new India, vibrant India, very highly economically driven India. Madam, congratulations and best wishes to you for your noble mission. Thank you very much. Dear friends, today you have graduated and you have become responsible citizens of our country. I wish to advise you to make your life journey aligned with the nation's journey, with our country's journey, which will give you great satisfaction, awards, accolades, name and fame. See to it that your life shall have a great impact on coming generations in your chosen field. You should create that impact on coming generations. Friends, we have to create that global India which everyone aspires to make. It is now your turn. It is now our turn to make it happen. Once again, I convey my heartiest congratulations to all of you on this Convocation Day. May God bless you in your endeavors. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for that humble and heartfelt welcome speech. And now we shall felicitate our guests. I request Honorable Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat, sir, to welcome Honorable Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi. I request Honorable Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir to welcome and felicitate our guest, Shri Prasanta Nandaji. I also request sir to felicitate and welcome Honorable Shri Anil Parabji, Transport and Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Government of Maharashtra. Thank you, sir. May I request Honorable Professor Dr. Mangesh Karat sir to welcome revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir. We are felicitating our honorable guest, Dr. P.K. Dash, at the hands of our dignitaries, Honorable Professor Dr. Mangesh Karat sir. Thank you, everyone. May I now request Honorable Registrar Dr. Mahesh Chopre sir to take the proceedings further.
Honorable President sir, I humbly request Your Honor, kindly permit to initiate the convocation ceremony.
My learned scholars and all the students, I, as a president of the MIT Art, Design and Technology University, Pune, declare that the convocation ceremony is now open. Therefore, let the candidates be presented for receiving their degrees and awards. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now the degrees will be conferred on the students. I request Dr. Sunita Karat Madam, Dean, to seek permission of Honorable President Sir to present the candidates for admitting the degrees. I request all the students to rise up in their seats till the supplication by the Dean and exhortation by Honorable President is over.
Honorable His Excellency President Sir, MIT Art, Design and Technology University, I present to you students of BPA, BFA, MFA, BDAS, MDAS, BTech, MTech, BA, B.Ed, BSc, MA, MSc, BBA, MBA, PhD and diploma under various faculties of the university, who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Performing Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Master of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Design, Master of Design, Bachelor of Technology, Master of Technology, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Doctor of Philosophy, and diplomas, pursuant to the decision of the governing body, accepting the recommendations of Board of Management and Academic Council to confer the degrees, I pray that the candidates who have sought permission for the degree and diploma in person, as also in absentia, be permitted thereto. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request all the students to rise in their seats till the supplication by Honorable President is over. Honorable President, sir, I request your honor very humbly to exhort the graduates. All the graduates will keep standing and will resume their seats after saluting Honorable President, sir, at the end of the exhortation ceremony.
Friends, I, as the president of MIT Art, Design and Technology University, Pune, India, in exercise of the statutory powers conferred on me, do hereby proclaim that all those graduates present here and those who have been permitted to receive their degrees in absentia have my approval for conferment of the degrees on this occasion. I do exhort you in the words of our sages and seers, do imbibe them and act accordingly. Always speak the truth, perform your duties, never deviate from your duties. Do read daily such things that will raise your self-esteem. Think only for progress and well-being of the nation and the entire humanity. Have respect for your parents, teachers, and the nation. Cultivate the principles of liberty, fraternity, equality, and justice. In your social life, never allow any feelings of discrimination on account of caste, creed, religion, gender, language, etc. Friends, imbibe only the good from the others. Be self-dependent, self-taught, and self-enlightened. It is my message and advice. Do act accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Students, please take your seats after saluting. Request you to fold your hands and bow down to the Honorable President. Thank you. And now, Honorable Controller of Examinations, Dr. Jnanadev Nilivarna, will now read the names of the PhD holders and gold medalist students. Those students will come forward to take their degree certificates and gold medals at the august hands of the dignitaries and take their own seats after receiving the medals.
I, the controller of examination, would like to invite PhD holders to receive their degree certificates. First, Chitra Dandavate, PhD Education. Next, Neeta Sharma, Kirloskar, PhD Education. Next, Nita Sharma. Next, Pashwina Bhaskar Tarale, PhD Education. Next, Kalpana Vishwakarma, PhD Management. Next, Pramod Kumar Tejrao Sopade. Pramod Kumar Sopade, PhD Management. Pramod Kumar Tejrao Sopade. Pramod Kumar Tejrao Sopade. Next, Archana Ashish Bhange. Archana Ashish Bhange. Now I invite gold medalists to come upon the stage to receive their gold medals. Gold medalist. First, Ladda Pragati Prashant, MFA Applied Arts.
May we have a huge round of applause for all the PhD holders and gold medalists.
Next, Gupta Niharika Chitraranjan. Gupta Niharika Chitraranjan, MFA Painting.
May we keep applauding for these wonderful achievements the students have achieved here. They have come a far and a long way.
Pari Sandeep Tawle, Bides Animation Design. Pari Sandeep Tawle, Bides Animation Design. Next, Pawar Disha Anil, Bides Fashion Design. Next, please do clapping. Next, Nista Dhanani, Bides Product Design. Nista Dhanani, Bides Product Design. Next, Govaikar Shivani Yashwanta. Govaikar Shivani Yashwanta, Bides Retail and Exhibition Design. Next, Joshi Komudi Rajendra Neha, MDes Graphic Design.
These are the gold medalist students, and our applause is not doing justice to what they have achieved. May we have a huge round of
Chaitanya
applause.
Sharad. Rasane Chaitanya Sharad, MDes Interior Space and Furniture Design. Next, Sana Khan, MDes Product Design. Next, Anchit Boral, MDes Transportation Design. Anchit Boral, MDes Transportation Design. Next, Navyasri, yes, MDes User Experience Design. Please clapping. Next, Mahika Batla, Bachelor of Architecture. Mahika Batla, Mahika Batla, Bachelor of Architecture. Next, Kane Aditya Natha, BTech Aerospace Design.
Thunderous applause for all the gold medalists, dear audience. Proud moment for the parents and the students.
Next, Ashish Kumar, BTech Civil Engineering. Ashish Kumar, BTech Civil Engineering. Next, Rahul Bajaj, BTech Computer Science and Engineering. Rahul Bajaj. Next, Karthik Rameshwar Javanjal. BTech Intelligence Systems. Next, Birla Simran Santosh, Network and Security, BTech Network and Security. Next,
All the students are requested to kindly take their respective seats after receiving the degrees.
Verma Omkar Ghanasham, BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering. Verma Omkar Ghanasham. Next, Damdere Abhijit Anil, BTech Mechanical Engineering. Next, Rashim Sardana, Bachelor of Education, B.Ed. Rashim Sardana, Bachelor of Education, B.Ed.
Huge round of applause for our gold medalist students of MIT-ADT University.
Rajni Bhushan Daga, MA Education.
A thunderous round of applause, my dear friends.
Next, Nupur Deshpande, BSc Integral Psychology.
Congratulations once again to all the gold medalists.
Next, Neha Vijay Mahajan, BBA International Business. Next, Saugule Abhishek Sagar, MTech Construction Management.
Can we appreciate the brightness that can be seen and visible displayed on the expressions of these gold medalist students? And an applause can even increase that.
Next, Patil Shraddha Pandarinath, MBA Agri Specialization Operations. Oh. Next, Anshul Mishra, Anshul Mishra, MBA Executive Product Leadership. Next, Jigyasha Jugal Kishore Rathi, MBA General Specialization Finance.
Round of
Next,
applause.
Reddy Ji Runa Shekhar Puja, MBA Project and Construction Management. Next, Ghate Praneeth Rajendra, MBA Technology Management. Next, Ghate Praneeth Rajendra, MBA Technology Management.
Students are requested to kindly take their respective seats after receiving the degrees.
Next, Ashish Kattur Chandrababu, BTech Marine Engineering. Ashish Kattur Chandrababu, BTech Marine Engineering. Next, Riddhi Vinay Sangvi, BTech Food Technology. Riddhi Vinay Sangvi, BTech Food Technology. Next, Patil Nipun Suresh, MTech Food Technology. Patil Nipun Suresh.
Let this magnificent dome hear the thunderous applause and let the reverberation go around for all these gold medalist achievers.
Nene Tanvi Satheesh, BTech Bioengineering. Nene Tanvi Satheesh, BTech Bioengineering.
Round of applause, my dear friends.
Next, Shreya Krishna Kumar, Integrated MTech Bioengineering. Shreya Krishna Kumar. Next, Priyanka Jha, BA Advertising and Public Relations. Priyanka Jha, BA Advertising and Public Relations.
Round of applause, everyone.
Next, Komal Merwani, BA Digital Media. Komal Merwani, BA Digital Media. Next, Patil Tejal Sandeep, BA Journalism. Patil Tejal Sandeep, BA Journalism. Next, Deepashikha Sandeep Oswal, MA Strategic Communication. Last one, Mathur Revati Vishal, BFA Applied Arts. Mathur Revati Vishal, BFA Applied Arts. Congratulations to all PhD and gold medalists. Thank you very much.
Once again, a thunderous round of applause for the PhD holders and gold medalists of MIT Art, Design and Technology University. Congratulations, students and dear parents. Now the rank holders will be given the certificates. Those students will come forward to take their degree certificates and rank certificates at the august hands of the dignitaries and take their own seats after receiving the certificates. We shall now call upon the rank holders. Prerna Rajesh Daga from VSKA in BPA Music Vocal, first rank holder. Ishani Anil Pawar, second rank holder, BPA Music Vocal. Next, Karan Singh Satveer Chauhan, third rank holder from VSKA in BPA Music Vocal. Next, Kulkarni Sarvottam Narendra. Next, Kulkarni Sarvottam Narendra from BFA Applied Arts. Next, Desai Anushri Krishnamurthy from BFA Applied Arts. Next, Chaudhary Siddharth Praveen from MFA Applied Arts. Next, Sheer Sagar Tanya Anil from MFA Painting. Next, Meghna A from MFA Painting. Next, Helik Thakur from BDES Animation Design. Next, Krutika Deshpande from BDES Fashion Design. Next, Kabir Abhay Kumar Kulkarni from BDES Film and Video Design. Next, Sakshi Chandrakant Kataria from BDES Film and Video Design. Next, Parab Anuja Anil from BDES Interior Space and Furniture Design. Next, Purva Mangesh Wange. Next, Tambat Sharvari Anand from BDES Product Design. Next, Soham Tijare from BDES Transportation Design. Next, Ksheersagar Shubhankar Mahesh from BDES Transportation Design. Next, Rucha Santosh Nayak from BDES User Experience Design. Request everybody to give them a huge round of applause. Next, Dhavlikar Pradnya Girish from BDES User Experience Design. Next, Bhandari Rashi Ajit from BDES User Experience Design. Next, Bodhana Dwarkesh Narayan Bhai from MDES Animation Design. Huge round of applause for all the rank holders. Next, Karvande Keyur Suhas from MDES Animation Design. Next, Shriya Gupta from MDES Design Management. Next, Ayushi Bagrecha from MDES Fashion Management and Marketing. Next, Pawar Shreyas Vijay from MDES Graphic Design. A round of applause for all our rank holders. Pawar Shreyas Vijay, MDES Graphic Design. Next, Vishakha Manjul Singh from MDES Graphic Design. Next, More Abhimanyu Krishna from MDES Immersive Media Design. A round of applause for all our rank holders. More Abhimanyu Krishna. Next, Kai Prakash Ramdas from MDES Product Design. Next, Shah Aditya Jayesh Kumar Manju from MDES Product Design. Next, Maitri Umesh Chandra Bhatt from MDES Retail and Exhibition Design. Next, Sahil Sanjay Karlekar from MDES Transportation Design. Sahil Sanjay Karlekar. Next, Kamar Nishant Bhadresh Kumar, MDES Transportation Design. Next, Bhoot Aditi Milind Preeti from MDES User Experience Design. Round of applause, everyone. Next, Kolgud Vedavati Surendranath from MDES User Experience Design. Next, Rathod Yash Suresh from B Arch. We are starting with School of Architecture. Rathod Yash Suresh. Next, Vora Yash Sudhir from B Arch. Next, Sushil Vishnu Petkar from B Tech Aerospace Engineering. We shall be conferring the degrees to the School of Engineering students. Sushil Vishnu Petkar. Next, Vaidya Aishwarya Satheesh, B Tech Aerospace Engineering. Next, Lokare Sanika Shashikant, B Tech Civil Engineering. Next, Raut Rachna Dattatray from B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering. A thunderous round of applause, everyone. Next, Vishal Kasa from B.Tech CSC Intelligent Systems. We shall be conferring the degrees to the students in the group of 5. Please pay attention to the name callings. Raut Rachna Dattatray, Vishal Kasa, Kushart A. Patni, Abhijit Janardhan Shinde, and Manan Gaur. I repeat, Raut Rachna Dattatray, Vishal Kasa, Kushart A. Patni, Abhijit Janardhan Shinde, Manan Gaur. I request the next students to kindly be ready. Himalay Sagar, Harshit Sharma, Aditya Satheesh Chedge, Patil Prathamesh Narsingh, Mane Nitin Gorakh. Next 5 students, please be ready. Himalaya Sagar, Harshit Sharma, Aditya Satheesh Chedge, Patil Prathamesh Narsingh, Mane Nitin Gorakh, Kalburgi Shraddha Mahadev. Request these students to kindly be in the group of 5. Next, Sandhya P, Deshmukh Sonia Nitin, Singh Shailesh Rajnarayan, Kshitij Prabhakar Dhekane, Maske Chaya Madhukar. Request the students to be present in the group of 5. Sandhya P, Deshmukh Sonia Nitin, Singh Shailesh Rajnarayan, Kshitij Prabhakar Dhekane, Maske Chaya Madhukar. Next, group of students, please be ready. Deshpande Shruti Shirish, Uma Nalini Anbalagan, Anjana Kumari, Zeba Farooq Sheikh, and Garima Sanjay. Next group of students, Deshpande Shruti Shirish, Uma Nalini Anbalagan, Anjana Kumari, Zeba Farooq Sheikh, Daftari Garima Sanjay. Next students, are Mulla Sadia Faijullali, Nimisha Mohan, Virendra Kumar Motilal Mattu, Chavan Pooja Chandrakant, Aishwarya Hanumant Kodarkar. I repeat, Mulla Sadia Faijullali, Nimisha Mohan, Virendra Kumar Motilal Mattu, Chavan Pooja Chandrakant, Aishwarya Hanumant Kodarkar. Next group of students, Mayura Meera Khatbadan Indravati, Jain Priya Prakash, Pooja Kishore Maske, Anamika Singh Jaden. I repeat, Mayura Meera Khatbadan Indravati, Jain Priya Prakash, Pooja Kishore Maske, Anamika Singh Jaden. Next group of students, Pallavi Sharad Dhamapurkar, Pallavi Sharad Dhamapurkar, Rishikesh Vilas Parab, Payal Praveen Duduskar, Patel Jigar Chandulal. I repeat, Pallavi Sharad Dhamapurkar, Rishikesh Vilas Parab, Payal Praveen Duduskar, Patel Jigar Chandulal, Chaurasiya Nishant Sudhir. Next set of students, please be ready. Radhika Sanjay Yadav, Yash Dhananjay Jagdale, Takavale Dharini Pramod, Irana Pooja Mahanand, Milori Sadhu. Request the next set of students to be ready. Radhika Sanjay Yadav, Yash Dhananjay Jagdale, Takavale Dharini Pramod, Irana Pooja Mahanand, Milori Sadhu. Next set of students, Raut Kanchan Ramesh, Sutar Pallavi Deepak Rao, Agrawal Mriti Deepak, Patel Mohammad Saqib Farooq, Disha Majumdar. Request the students to please be ready. Raut Kanchan Ramesh, Sutar Pallavi Deepak Rao, Agrawal Mriti Deepak, Patel Mohammad Saqib Farooq, Disha Majumdar. Request next set of students to be ready. Ankita Sarkar, Amay Sanjay Kavathekar, Ujjwal Keshar Chand Pancharia, Nishad Nitin Bapat, Radhika Agrawal. huge round of applause. यश नेने, श्रेया परमेश्वर, सौम्य शुक्ला. Request Yash Nene, Shreya Parmeshwar and Soumya Shukla to kindly receive the rank certificates. Once again, a huge round of applause for all our rank holders. And thank you, honorable dignitaries on the dais. Thank you, everyone. Now the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, honoris causa, will be conferred on Shri Prasanta Nandaji, member of Rajya Sabha, eminent film personality and social activist. I request the technical team to relay the AV of Shri Prasanta Nandaji.
Born on 2nd May 1947, Prashanta Jagannath Nanda completed his education in MA LLB from Utkal University. Prashanta Nanda is an Indian National Award winner, director, actor and politician from the state of Odisha. He is currently a Member of Parliament at Rajya Sabha and was a former minister in Odisha state. He has worked in the Odia film industry as an actor, director, screenwriter, lyricist and playback singer. Mr. Nanda acted as male lead and directed the Hindi film Naiya, released in the year 1979. He was the Bharatiya Janata Party's leader and Odisha State Vice President. He resigned from his membership in August 2007 and later joined the Nationalist Congress Party and then became a member of Biju Janata Dal. From 2013, he joined Bollywood and international celebrities in the Teach AIDS initiative, a state-of-the-art approach to worldwide HIV prevention developed at Stanford University. Soon, the world's first Yoga Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, will be available for all citizens across the world from his studio. He has contributed in Odia literature with his 3 books and 1 in English language. To honor women, Mr. Prashant Nanda wrote a research book on Shakuntala. His debut movie was awarded National Film Award. In 2007, he was awarded with a Lifetime Achievement Award in the Odisha Filmfare Awards. We are indeed honored to have Mr. Prashanta Nanda with us today.
Thank you. I humbly request the audience to kindly take their respective seats. Dear parents and students, please be seated. Thank you. And now, may I request Professor Swapnil Shirsat to read the citation being honored to Shri Prasanta Nandaji.
Thank you. We, the members of the governing body and the Board of Management of MIT Art, Design and Technology University, Pune, take pride and privilege in conferring Doctorate of Philosophy on your good self today at the 4th Convocation of MIT Art, Design and Technology University for your exemplary contribution to the Odia film industry, politics and public life. Respected Shri Prashanta Nandaji, you are an iconic movie personality who has left an indelible impression on Odia's filmdom. You are a multifaceted person who has contributed immensely as a director, actor, screenwriter, lyricist, and playback singer in the Odia film industry. Sir, you are indeed a versatile genius, having won 3 national awards, you carried Odia film into the national honors list. You always made good films that were socially relevant. Even as a veteran politician from the state of Odisha, it did not deter you from making impactful movies, as you firmly believe that good cinema in any language will find an audience. You were awarded with the Lifetime Achievement Award in Odisha Filmfare Award ceremony for this contribution. Sir, you are a source of inspiration and motivation for our students and the university fraternity, as you are an erudite person with considerable academic degrees to your credit. And by setting a benchmark that is hard to beat by giving 8 all-time blockbuster movies to the Odia film industry, it is indeed noteworthy that you are actively involved in social work such as Teach AIDS funds and HIV prevention. Sir, your paramount contribution and dedication to the Indian film industry, politics, and social cause, you are an inspiration to today's youth, and hence you are respected by Indians beyond the boundaries of Odisha. It is our pride and privilege to honor you, as you are one of the most deferential and distinguished personalities in the country today. It is with humble mark of respect towards your remarkable life journey and your contributions to our great nation, India, we take this honor to present you this prestigious degree of Doctorate of Philosophy. I now request Honorable President Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad Sir to honor Shri Prashanta Nandaji with citation, silver plaque, dome pratima, and I would also like to request him to bestow the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on him. Can we have a huge round of applause, please?
A standing ovation in the honor of Shri Prasanta Nandaji. And a huge and a thunderous round of applause, everyone. It is indeed our honor and privilege that Honorable Shri Prasanta Nandaji is here with us at the 4th Convocation ceremony at MIT-ADT University. Our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri G. Satheesh Reddy Ji, has joined us online. We welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy Ji. Thank you. And now may I request Honorable Dr. Prashantananda Ji to deliver his acceptance speech.
जय जगन्नाथ, जय संत ज्ञानेश्वर जी, जय संत तुकाराम जी, जय विठल जी। Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Satheesh Reddy ji, Honorable Guest of Honor, Aparajita Sarangi ji, Honorable Professor Dr. Biswanath D. Karad, Founder President, MIT Art Design and Technology University, Pune, Karadji. Honorable Dr. Mangesh Karadji, Executive President and Vice Chancellor. Honorable Minister of Maharashtra State, Anilji. My friend Dr. Bijay Das, the scientist known all over the country and the world. And body of trustees, governing council, teaching faculty, staff and students of Myers MIT Art Design and Technology University, Pune. Distinguished guests present here, including my friend, sisters and brothers assembled here in this philosopher Saint Sri Gyanesar World Peace Prayer Hall, the biggest dome in the world. At the outset, I will wish you a very, very happy New Year 2022. I humbly accept with due regard this honorary Doctor of Letters, Honoris Causa degree, which has been conferred upon me in recognition of my humble tenure as a film actor, director, and producer for more than 60 years. I express my heartiest thanks to Professor Dr. Biswanath Karadji, Sir Dr. Mangesh T. Karadji, the body of trustees and governing council of Myers MIT Art, Design and Technology University, Pune, who have unanimously resolved and decided to confer upon me this prestigious honorary Doctor of Letters. Students, this is a very important day for you. While seeing you taking degrees, I was thinking of 1966 when I took my first degree. I took the degree and came back to the house. My parents were happy, but I was unhappy. I was unhappy because I was so much happy being a student. Now that I am already got a degree, now I have to think for the future what I will be. I have to decide for the destination. What is my destination would be, and what is my contribution would be. Students, I came from a very, very middle class family, and my destination was one day I'll be film director. Nobody in my film, nobody in my family, they were connected to films. I have never been an assistant to any director. I have only acted in films from my school days in 1959. I started getting national awards in 62, and 62, 66 and 69, and I decided in 75, no, I am going to direct a film, and directed my film. And the first film gave me Best Direction Award in All India Film Festival. So what happened? I fixed my destination. I worked hard. And ultimately, I got that. Students, what I have learnt, I am to tell you in one word, one sentence. That is, destination compels destiny to surrender. I repeat again, student, this is most important line of the world, of your life. Destination compels destiny to surrender. Okay. This is all about today, students. Now I'll be telling everybody. Yesterday I came. I saw the institute campus in Pune. And then I have been seeing the whole thing here. I'm thinking whether I have come to an educational institute or I have come inside a temple complex. Another Akshardham. That is the kind of feeling Dr. Vishwanath Karadji has created for all of you. The spiritual atmosphere gives positive thinking and positive vibration. Students, I'll just tell you in one paragraph which may be needed for you. To begin with, I would like to congratulate all the graduates, their parents, and family members who are witnessing this beginning of a new journey and who are incredibly proud of your progress. I am awestruck by the vastness of the campus where you all have had the incredible opportunity to learn these required skills from the best. Athato Gyan Jigyasha, or a strong desire to acquire knowledge, is the foundation for success in life. There are many things which can be told, but I have to be very brief. Ladies and gentlemen, I had come to this Rajbagh 36 years back when Raj Kapoorji was here. I came with Ravindra Jain, the music director. On the request of Raj Kapoor, I stayed here for 4 days. Reason? He wanted one song which I had recorded for my film, Jivan. And Raj Kapoorji told me, Prashant Babu, if you give me this song, it will solve two purposes. One, climax of my film, Ram Teri Ganga Maili, will be complete. And Ravindra Jain ji will be my music director after Lakshmikant Pyarelal ji. They thought I'll take a lot of time to decide. But no, immediately I said, Rajji, from my childhood I have been listening to your songs. And you want a song from me. This is the maximum thing which God can give me. What are you telling me? The song is yours. Let Ravindra Jain ji become your music director. Another thing which I would like to tell you, I have made films. In all my films, I have started giving entertainment. Which kind of entertainment? The entertainment which the entire family can sit and take and go home. And remember the film for time. We have learned that from Raj Kapoorji, the showman of this country, with a message. भले मैं कपड़े कुछ भी पहन लूं, पर दिल है हिंदुस्तानी बोलने वाला. That is what Raj Kapoor was. That is what our film was. Our filmmakers were making film titled Dil Ek Mandir, but we have come to a stage where we have to title Dil hai to pagal, dil hai to और कुछ भी. पागल दिल, दिल पागल कैसे होगा? So this kind of entertainment which has been developed, I cannot swallow it. It has a purpose. Filmmaking is a powerful media. And this filmmaking would make a nation or break a nation also. That is the power it has. And I think the time has come that there should be a change of kind of contents that are being taken by the producers to make films. We want films, but film is not entertainment, entertainment and entertainment. No entertainment. And entertainment is a relative term. Entertainment for you, it may not be an entertainment for me. So let us have a common entertainment. And common entertainment is the culture of India, Bharat Varsh, for which this particular university should be proud of. Sir, within another few paragraphs, I'll sum up my speech. Sir, I remember 1983. That is a particular day, what I am telling you. That was the day when India was playing against West Indies for one-day international final. It was written on the wall that India cannot win. West Indies is going to win. But the wall was rewritten again. India won. And the entire country got united. The entire country were absolutely celebrating eruption of celebrations. No caste, no creed, no religion. Second thing which came, this is connected to the film industry. I salute Ramanand Sakar. He made Ramayana. The entire India was closed on Sunday. Nothing to be found. No vehicles, no factories running, no shops are open. People are glued to the black and white TV or the color TV to see Ramayana. That also united the entire country for many years. That kind of power this film has. I have served in this purpose. I have made film for this purpose. And I request the producers, the directors, they should know or they should think that this is what is very much needed. That is why, and me and my friend Dr. Vijay Das, we have decided we will be making film on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is a challenge. It's not a story. It is sloka. We have to dramatize every sloka and make this. And not only in Hindi, in English, and we have decided that we will be dubbing it in all the languages of the entire country. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is what Dr. Karadji said. We can achieve by this. The entire world, let them hear what is Bhagavad Gita and what power it is. Bhagavad Gita belongs to no religion. Bhagavad Gita is having no caste, no creed, nothing. It is to unite the entire mankind of this world. And we are going to make it in augmented realities. I don't want to go details about the total technology of augmented realities. You must have heard. One most important thing, and I thank very much to Dr. Karadji that he has also agreed to associate with us in our venture of making Gita and sending it to each and every country in their own language. And I must thank him here on this. I heard that Dr. Karad has taken a decision to distribute 150,000 Gitas. And not for once, he will continue it. I can remember our Prime Minister and Honorable Modi ji, he said, I have nothing to give any precious gift to anybody except Gita. Taking that into queue, Dr. Karad has started distributing here and taken a decision. What he says I will continue to do it. It's a great thing. Another thing, if I don't say, I can't feel satisfied. I saw yesterday Dr. Karad has built a beautiful Saraswati temple. Where? At Badrinath. Adivadri. Saraswati is Vishnu Patni. Mahadevya cha vidmahe. Vishnu Patni cha dhimahi. Tanno Neela prachodayat. वो नील सरस्वती है. वो नील सरस्वती who blessed Vyasadeva to write. But an angered Ganesh ji, he said Saraswati river. That river was gurgling sound of that river disturbed Ganesh ji to write. He said, Ma, you be calm. But Saraswati river did not listen, did not oblige. So angered Ganesh ji said, okay, you will be dried soon. Now by making one Saraswati temple there at Adibadri, from where it has originated, Saraswati river, A new chapter has opened. That Saraswati river should be found out where it is. We have heard that it has originated from Himalayan and touches Arabian Sea in Ran of Kutch. So, like Bhagirath brought Ganga, Dr. Karad has started bringing Gyan from Saraswati, from Badrinath, and most probably he will be the pioneer of finding out where is Saraswati, and he will infuse inspiration in everybody. Thank you very much. You have given me a patient hearing. What more a speaker needs? A speaker needs a patient hearing. You have given me, and I must thank you very much. And once again, I thank everybody who have thought it prudent to give me Doctor of Letters. Thank you. Jai Jagannath. Jai Hind.
Please have a huge, huge round of applause with standing ovation for Honorable Dr. Prashanta Nanda ji for his very motivational and thoughtful speech at the 4th Convocation Ceremony of MIT-ADT University. A huge round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your motivational speech. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now, MIT Art, Design and Technology University, Pune proudly confers Shri Saraswati Devi Jeevan Jnana Gaurav Puraskar to Honorable Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi. But before we do this honor, I request technical team to relay the AV of Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi.
Born on 8 October 1969, Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi completed her education from Bhagalpur University. Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi is an Indian politician from the Bharatiya Janata Party and the incumbent member of Parliament from Bhubaneswar. A former Odisha cadre Indian Administrative Service officer of the 1994 batch, she cleared the civil service examination at the age of 24. Later, Sarangi quit her job and joined the BJP on 27 November 2018 to contest 2019 Indian general elections. In 1996, she served as the sub-collector of 3 sub-divisions and additional district magistrate. From 1998 to 2006, she served as the collector and district magistrate of Khordha, Nuapada, Koraput, Borgor. From 2006 to 2009, she served as the municipal commissioner of Bhubaneswar. In 2009, she was appointed secretary in various departments like school education, Panchayat Raj and textile in Government of Odisha. She had last served as a joint secretary in the Ministry of Rural Development and has also worked as Bhubaneswar Municipal Commissioner and Secretary of the state's Mass Education Department. Mrs. Sarangi was awarded with the Shakti Samman in 2012. We are indeed honored to have Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi with us today.
I now request Professor Sneha Vagatkar to read the citation of honor of Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi.
Thank you. We, the members of the body of trustees and governing council of MIT Art Design and Technology University, Vishwaraj Bagh, Pune, India, feel extremely honored and privileged to confer upon you this most prestigious Shri Saraswati Devi Jeevan Jnana Gaurav Puraskar, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Sar Essence, in the name of Goddess Shri Saraswati, an embodiment of knowledge, divine and intellect for upholding the highest traditions and time-tested universal human values of our country, Mother India. Respected Mrs. Aparajita, being born in the highly cultured and educated family of Professor Ajit Mishra and Mrs. Kusum Mishra in Muzaffarpur district, Bihar, you received your school education in the prestigious Mount Carmel School, Bhagalpur, and later on joined the Bhagalpur University, where you completed your graduation in English with honors. Being a very bright and intelligent student, you always topped in all the examinations at school, college, and university level. Befitting your name, you passed the Civil Services Examinations IAS in your first attempt at the age of 24 years. In due course of time, you exhibited very extraordinary qualities of sincerity, honesty, integrity, utmost dedication, devotion, and great sense of discipline during your service as Assistant Collector, District Magistrate, and Municipal Commissioner of Bhubaneswar in the state of Odisha. Therefore, after serving as an administrator for 12 long years at various positions, you realized that you could be of a greater service to the people of India through the medium of politics by participating in the sacrosanct democratic process bestowed upon us by the most unique constitution of our country, and were elected in the 17th Lok Sabha as an honorable member of parliament from the Bhubaneswar constituency. Honorable Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi, we sincerely feel that your entire life is a true reflection of the time-tested Indian traditions, culture, and philosophy as revealed in the ancient Indian scriptures like the Vedas, Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Jnaneshwari Gatha, and others, and particularly symbolizes the shloka, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparah sayantendriyah jnana labdava param shantim achirena adigachati. Respected Mrs. Aparajita, today, Sunday, 9th January 2022, on the auspicious occasion of the 4th Convocation ceremony of MIT Art Design and Technology University, Vishwaraj Bagh, Pune, India, we take pride in the conferring this most prestigious Shri Saraswati Devi Jeevan Jnana Gaurav Puraskar, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Sar Essence, on your good selves at the auspicious hands of Honorable Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy Ji, Secretary, Department of Defense and Chairman, DRDO, New Delhi, at Philosopher's Saint Sri Jnaneshwara World Peace Prayer Hall, Vishwaraj Bagh, Pune, India. Thank you. I request Honorable Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karaj Sir and the dignitaries on the dais to honor with citation Dome Pratima and felicitate Honorable Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi Ji and honor with Shri Saraswati Devi Jeevan Jnana Gaurav Puraskar. Huge round of applause, everyone, for Honorable Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi Ji. Madam has been honored with the Shri Saraswati Devi Jeevan Jnana Gaurav Puraskar. Once again, a thunderous round of applause for Honorable Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi ji. Thank you. And now I humbly request Honorable Guest of Honor, Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi ji, to express her feelings.
Honorable Dr. Satheesh Reddy ji, the chief guest of the 4th Convocation ceremony of MIT-ADT University, who is connected with us online, the source of inspiration for many of you, for me, for those who are not present, the backbone of the MIT group of institutions, Dr. Vishwanath D. Karaji, the president of the university, Dr. Prashant Nandaji, my esteemed colleague in the parliament, Honorable Shri Anil Parabji, the Minister of Transport, Government of Maharashtra, Dr. Vijay Kumar Das ji, whom I love to call my father. I'm so very fond of him. Dr. Mangesh Karaji, the Vice Chancellor of the university, all the members of the Executive Council and the board, all the proud parents who are sitting on the left and have been watching their children coming up onto the stage and getting honored, my brothers and sisters who could not resist have come here from Odisha, my colleagues, and of course, you, the representatives of 2,186 students who would be honored in the days to come and who have been honored today, who have been conferred with the degrees. I can only say that we are at the right place at the right time. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji talks of Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat. And this dome, the biggest dome of the World Peace Dome, bigger than the St. Peter's Dome, symbolizes what Prime Minister Modi stands for. Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat. 135 crore Indians belonging to different faiths, different cultures, different religions, different castes and different creeds, belonging to practicing different faiths and practicing different religions, but all their gods and goddesses, all their sources of inspiration are all here in this beautiful place where we are at this moment. Friends, as I stand here, and I have been sitting here all through, I was reminded of the words of Dr. Radha Krishnan, the great president and the great teacher. He had said about education, I think we all need to understand what is education all about. What is the definition of education? He had said, I quote him, education to be complete must be humane. It must include not only the training of intellect, but also the refinement of heart and discipline of spirit. I can only say that I'm enchanted by what's going on here. I'm enchanted by the way MIT group of institutions is running 54,000 students all across Maharashtra through 7,000 plus teaching and non-teaching staff. The journey of 4 decades, and an amazing journey, I can say, and I can only ask Professor Karad today, can a human being achieve so much in one lifetime? That's the only question today. My dear friends, your vision and your mission say all. I would request all those who have passed out, those who have been conferred with the degrees, I would request all the parents, and I would request all those who have come with me, my colleagues, those who have not read, kindly, very carefully read the vision and the mission of the MIT group of institutions. I'm a student of English literature. Brevity is the soul of wit. We need to read a lot, but we must be able to capture the essence. What is the essence of this university? What is the essence of the MIT group of institutions? Friends, very simple. Great things are always very simple. Great human beings are very simple. Big events are very simple. The vision is very simple. Science added to spirituality leads to world peace, that's it. Science and spirituality leads to world peace, that's it. This is the essence of the MIT group of institutions. And what about the mission? I think all of you are more aware than I am, but those who have not read, kindly go through and please feel within quotes. I underscore, please feel the vision and the mission. The mission is Yantra Tantradi Vigyanam Lok Kalyan Sadhanam. To harness the knowledge of science and technology for the welfare of society. That's what MIT group of institutions is working for. Since 1983 till date. And it's such a great moment for many of you. One of the first urban engineering colleges of the state of Maharashtra, rendering yeoman service to the society, focusing on the holistic development of boys and girls. As I was sitting here and I was looking at all of you who came on to the dais and smilingly took away the degrees, I was asking myself as to what we are doing here. What is this all about? And if you ask me, I can only say again very simply, we are here to celebrate and applaud the tremendous hard work perseverance, dogged determination, and unflagging devotion to work that all of us have put together in these so many number of years. You and the faculty, under the guidance of Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad. Friends, many of us dream a lot. We have great ideas. We want to do a lot, we want to achieve things, but very few among us have the courage and the ability and the tenacity to transform, or rather to convert that dream into reality. Professor Vishwanath D. Karad is definitely one of those very few people, and I think we all need to give him a tremendous applause. This institution is definitely a banyan tree. But it's a banyan tree with a difference. Now you will definitely like to ask me as to what's the difference all about. You know, I'm not a great votary of banyan tree. I would always like the banyan tree to be a little different. And this institution is the banyan tree with the difference which I have always thought it should be. Now what's that? Friends, banyan tree does not allow small saplings to grow which are under the banyan tree. We want a banyan tree which is an example for others, which enables others to go, which facilitates others to grow, even if it's a huge thing above others. We need that kind of banyan tree which is all-encompassing, very strong, but at the same time facilitating, enabling others to come up. And that's what MIT Group of Institutions has been doing. It's a banyan tree with a difference. And that's why we need to thank the Vice Chancellor, the advisor, and all those who have been associated with this institution. My dear friends, I'm honored, I'm humbled. I don't think I deserve this kind of Samman, the Saraswati Samman, the first Saraswati Samman by this university, the goddess of learning. I'm really humbled. I have absolutely no words. I come from a very small town of Bihar. I'm, of course, completely an Oriya by now. But friends, it has been a very, very fruitful journey, very long journey, a journey with lots of obstacles, but at the same time, I would say, very enriching journey. I was in the IAS for 24 years. I correct, it was not 12 years. 24 years, I was in the Indian Administrative Service. And I must say, the best of opportunities, the best of postings by both the state government and the central government. The best of postings one can dream of. There was absolutely no reason for me to quit the IAS. There was no push factor at all. I was the Joint Secretary serving in the Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India, handling MG and REGS, the biggest anti-poverty program of the world, with 60,000 crore rupees of annual budget. And suddenly on 2nd August 2018, I decide to quit. Friends, there was absolutely no reason whatsoever, I must tell you. But you know what? There are moments in your life when you want to listen to your conscience, to your heart. And I tell you, my dear friends, my young friends on the right, please listen once in a while to your conscience and your heart and follow the dictates of your heart, and you will never regret, never ever regret. I listened to my heart. I listened to my conscience. I wanted to join politics to have a very big horizon, to have a very big platform, which I have now. And at the same time, I joined politics for public service and public policy. In politics, I'm able to connect with thousands of people. I'm able to closely watch the lives of others and connect my life with the lives of others. And I'm able to kind of, positively impact in my own very small way the lives of others. हम हिंदी में कहते हैं, मराठी सीखने की बड़ी इच्छा है, जरूर सीख लूंगी, अभी हिंदी में बोल रही हूं. कभी कभी हमारे जीवन में ऐसे क्षण आते हैं जब हमें अपने हृदय की आवाज, अपनी आत्मा की आवाज को सुनना पड़ता है. और याद रखें, आत्मा कभी झूठ नहीं बोलती है. अगर हमें आनंद चाहिए, अगर हमें परिपूर्णता चाहिए, अगर हमें संतोष चाहिए, तो हमें अपनी आत्मा की आवाज सुननी होगी. हमने वही किया. क्या किया? बहुत लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं, आपने क्या किया? इतनी बड़ी नौकरी थी, छोड़ा, क्या किया? भाइयों और बहनों, परिपूर्णता से शून्यता की तरफ मैंने यात्रा की, बस यही किया. परिपूर्ण था जीवन, वहां से शून्यता की तरफ गई, यही किया. और मुझे लगता है कभी कभी हमें अपनी परिपूर्णता को छोड़ना पड़ता है, शून्यता की तरफ जाना पड़ता है, अगर हम लोगों के जीवन को छूना चाहते हैं. Today, I feel highly satisfied. I'm able to touch the lives of thousands of people in my own way as the member of the Lok Sabha from Bhubaneswar. Friends, sometimes in life, the perfection of living gets on you. The luxury of living gets on your nerves. And you want to quit. And that's what happened. From completeness to a situation of zero. We have to do sometimes. We need to do if we really want to transform this beautiful world. आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी बार बार कहते हैं, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास. बंधुगण, हम सबको मिलकर चलना है. वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का मूल मंत्र लेकर चलना है. अपने जीवन को सबके जीवन के साथ जोड़ना है. एक सकारात्मक समाज का गठन करना है. एक ऐसा समाज जहां सबके लिए सुयोग हो, सबके लिए अवसर हो, सबको सम्मान मिले और सब आनंदित रहें. हम सब आनंद की तलाश में जीते हैं. हम सब उल्लास और प्रसन्नता के लिए जीते हैं. 15 अगस्त 2021 प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने लाल किले के प्राचीर से सब देश को संबोधित किया तो उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी. मैं चाहता हूं, मैं दोहराती हूं, मैं चाहता हूं कि हर एक भारतवासी परिश्रम और पराक्रम की पराकाष्ठा तक जाएं. My dear friends who are on the right, I must tell you that we have to persevere a lot. We have to sacrifice a lot. We have to put in very hard work. There is no substitute to success. If you go to my office, you will find a line written on the wall. Perfection is our goal, but excellence will be tolerated. We have to try to achieve perfection, but in the process, we have to excel. If excellence is there, we can somehow compromise. I think we have to think big. बड़े बड़े सपने देखने हैं. जितने भी हमारे अभिभावक यहाँ बैठे हैं, माता पिता बैठे हैं, मैं बहुत सम्मान के साथ उनसे एक अनुरोध करना चाहती हूँ. आप अपने बच्चों को बड़े बड़े सपने दीजिए. मैं अपने बच्चों को बड़े बड़े सपने देती हूँ. Let's tell our children to dream big. Prime Minister Modi has asked us to dream big. We have to be the world leader. हमें हमारे देश को विश्व का नेता बनाना है. Swami Vivekananda said, "Arise, awake, and stop not till your goal is reached." मैं बहुत लोगों के साथ काम करती हूँ, हजारों के साथ काम करती हूँ. युवा वर्ग के प्रतिनिधि जब मेरे साथ बैठते हैं तो उन्हें सिर्फ यही कहती हूँ कि मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप असंतुष्ट रहें. मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप क्रोधित रहें. आप संतुष्ट न हो, आप शांत न हो. We cannot afford to be contented when the country is next to some other country. We have to be number one in the world. We all have to join hands. I come from the land of Mahaprabhu Jagannath. मैं महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ के भूमि से आती हूँ. उनका आशीर्वाद हम सब के ऊपर बना रहे. एक बात हम सब याद रखें, महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ का जो रथ है वो एक व्यक्ति नहीं खींचता है. हजारों को मिलकर जगन्नाथ यात्रा के समय हमारे महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ का रथ खींचना पड़ता है. इसका अर्थ हुआ, अगर हम बड़ा सपना देखते हैं, बड़े लक्ष्य को लेकर चलते हैं, अगर हमारे समाज को आगे ले जाना है, अगर हमारे राज्य और देश को आगे ले जाना है, तो हम सबको हाथ जोड़ना होगा. सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और हम सबका प्रयास. We all have to work together. Yesterday I came and I'm delighted to hear Professor Karad and all his colleagues about the great work that they have been doing. We also watched movies. Goddess Saraswati का मंदिर निर्माण किया गया है बद्रीनाथ में. कठिन परिस्थितियों में 63 दिनों में मां सरस्वती की मूर्ति स्थापित की गई. बहुत बड़ी बात है. My dear friends, we need discipline. We need character. We need social commitment. We need a culture of peace. And we need a spirit of inquiry in our society, among ourselves. Let's all grow together. Let's all ensure that we hold each other when we move ahead. विनम्रता के साथ सर उठा के जीना हमें सीखना होगा. This is a contradictory statement that I gave. विनम्रता भी और सर उठाना भी, लेकिन यह संभव है, करके देखिए. हम अपने संवाद पर ध्यान दें. हमारा संवाद कैसा है? हम समन्वय की बात करें. Convergence. Whatever Professor Karad has done in the last 4 decades has been because of the fact that he has joined hands with everybody. He leveraged the potential of everybody. He brought everybody on one platform. He went for convergence of resources. Samanvay, Samvad, Sanyam, tolerance, Santulan, balance, Sakaratmakta, positivity, Sadbhavana, good feeling, and Seva Bhav, the spirit to serve others. राजनीति का क्या अर्थ है? राजनीति का अर्थ है लोक सेवा और लोक नीति. दूसरों की सेवा ही राजनीति. Let us all join hands on this auspicious occasion, 4th Convocation ceremony. You have your lives, you have taken your degrees. I'm told many of you are working already. You have a whole lot of things to do. Always in the morning when you get up, ask yourself, what do you look up to? Number 2, what do you look forward to? And number 3, whom do you chase? There has to be something which you chase. It may be your dream. It may be a person who is your role model. Can be anything. But we really need to look up to something, look forward to something. And last but not the least, there has to be something whom we chase. 3 lines, and I will close. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better best. Let's be complete human beings. I just pray to Lord Jagannath, God, please enable me to be a complete human being. व्यक्तित्व में परिपूर्णता हो, हर भूमिका में हम खरे उतरें, हर भूमिका का निर्वाह हम सही ढंग से करें. This institution, some may call good, some may call better, and some may call best. I would definitely like to pray to Mahaprabhu Jagannath, let this institution, for those who call it good and for those who call it better, I would say for those, let's pray to God together. Let this institution move from good to better and from better to best. Thank you so much. It was a great honor. And I'm sure I would like to be a better version of myself. I think that's the only commitment that I want to make before you. I would like to be graduating from good to better and better to best. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that motivational speech. I would now like to request all the audience to please rise in your seats and give a huge round of applause. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will felicitate today's Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy Ji. He is the Secretary at the Department of Defense, R&D and Chairman at DRDO. Sir is attending the program online. I would first of all like to request our technical team to relay the AV of Honorable Chief Guest Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy ji.
Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy, Secretary, Department of Defense and R&D and Chairman, DRDO, spearheads indigenous development of defense systems and technologies. As the top defense scientist in the country, Dr. Reddy guides the development of major programs on missiles and strategic systems, fighter aircrafts, and unmanned aerial defense and futuristic technologies. A visionary and institution builder, his technology leadership has deeply impacted the development of best-in-class system for the Indian Armed Forces. With his vast experience in navigation and avionics design for missile systems like Agni, Prithvi, Akash, he directed multiple development projects for advanced defense technologies. Dr. Reddy's significant contributions in the field of technology development and promotion of scientific pursuit have resulted in him being conferred with honorary degree of Doctor of Science by many leading universities in the country. He is also the first Indian in over 100 years to be conferred with the prestigious Honorary Fellowship and Silver Medal by the Royal Aeronautical Society of London. It is an immense pleasure to welcome Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I now request Dr. Ashok Ghuge to read the citation of honor of Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy ji.
Thank you. We, the members of the governing body and board of management of MIT-ADT Design and Technology University, Pune, India, take pride and privilege in welcoming you as Convocation Chief Guest on 9th of January 2020 at the 4th Convocation of MIT-ADT Design and Technology University, Pune, for your exemplary contribution to the defense systems and technologies. Respected Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy ji, you are the top defense scientist in the country who has guided the development of major programs on missiles, strategic systems, fighter aircrafts, and the development of major programs, unmanned aerial defense systems, underwater systems, radar systems, strategic materials, armaments, and futuristic technologies. Sir, as a visionary and institution builder, your technology leadership has deeply impacted the development of the best-in-class systems for the Indian Armed Forces. Sir, you are the source of inspiration and motivation for our students and university fraternity, as you are an acclaimed leading aerospace scientist of the nation who has fostered an ecosystem that encourages free thinking and creativity. It is indeed noteworthy that your bold initiatives laid the foundation for research and development of advanced defense systems, for the formation of young scientist laboratories working on the niche technologies, the establishment of new research centers in universities, enabling close interactions with academia, and fast-tracking the transfer of technologies to industry. Respected Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy ji, your vast scientific and technological contribution have been acknowledged by leading international institutes in the form of honors and awards. It is our nation's pride that you are the first Indian in over 100 years to be conferred with the prestigious honorary fellowship and silver medal by the Royal Aeronautical Society, London. Sir, your paramount contribution and dedication in the field of technology and development and promotion of scientific pursuit is an inspiration to today's youth, and hence you are admired by the Indians. Thus, it is our pride and privilege to honor you, as you are one of the most differential and distinguished personalities in the country today. It is with a humble mark of respect towards your remarkable life journey and your contribution to our great nation, India, we take this honor to present this citation as Convocation Chief Guest today at the 4th Convocation ceremony of MIT Art, Design and Technology University, Pune. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the citation has already been conferred on him in Delhi. Therefore, I would like to request everyone to please rise in your seats once again and give a huge round of applause to Honorable Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy ji. Mic, please, on the podium, on the stage.
Hello. Dr. Satheesh Reddy, sir, has joined the program online. So it is a matter of great pride as a Vice Chancellor to welcome him on this platform of the 4th Convocation ceremony of the MIT Art, Design Technology University. Sir, I, the Vice Chancellor and the whole board of the management, governing board, faculty are delighted to welcome you for this program as the chief guest for the program. Sir, we are grateful to you. Now you can proceed with your speech. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Namaskar, everyone. Hope I am audible to you. Honorable Vishwanath Karatji, Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha, Shri Prashanta Nandaji, Honorable Member of Lok Sabha, Srimati Aparajita Sarangi ji, Honorable Minister of Government of Maharashtra, Sri Anil Parab ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor of MIT-ADT University, Sri Mangesh Karatji, the members of the Senate and Council, the professors, faculty members, and most importantly, the students who are graduating today from MIT-ADT University, their family members, friends, and members from media. Once again, namaskar, good morning, and good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, let me thank Honorable Vishwanath Karatji and the Vice Chancellor for inviting me to be the chief guest of the 4th Convocation of MIT-ADT University. And my apologies to you for not joining you physically at the university convocation in the campus out of the serious prevailing conditions here and other pressing tasks. I couldn't come there, and I promise you to come and visit the university and spend time with you whenever I next visit the city of Pune. My heartiest congratulations to all the students who are graduating today from MIT-ADT University, which is a young university having its 4th convocation today. Firstly, young universities are excellent in a way that the thinking is young, the options are open, we can select new mechanisms, new methodologies, and many new things in the journey of the university. And I'm sure that MIT-ADT University will be taking all the modern methodologies and the advanced technology subjects, and the students will be able to get a lot benefited out of it. The students who are graduating today from this university will be walking out of the university with the immense knowledge imparted to them by the learned professors, and they will be placing themselves in the society and putting into practice the knowledge what they have been getting. You people will be very happy walking out with the graduation certificates today from the university. But friends, the university will be happy when actually you succeed in your life and when you excel yourself in the life and achieve something great in your life. That is the day university will be very happy of you. University will be celebrating your success when you achieve something in your life. See, friends, you have to keep your targets very high, your goals set very high, and then only you will be able to achieve something great in your life. Dr. Kalam, the former President of India, always says that think big. That means you think about very big things. Think that you will become a great engineer, great doctor, or great lawyer, or great politician, or something great in your life, and then you achieve something great in your life. When you set your targets to become something very great, then you will be able to achieve the great things or something slightly less than the great things. But if you don't put your targets at very high level, then you won't be able to achieve great things. You will only be able to achieve some incremental things. That is why the second thing what he used to tell Dr. Kalam is dream, dream, dream. That is, dream to achieve some great things and dream to become something. And then you start working very hard to make this dream a reality. That is what all of you, now when you are walking out of this university with the graduation certificates, you should set your targets, dream that you will be able to achieve something, then you will be able to achieve. I like to mention little more details about it little later, giving the present day scenario where the technology of the country stands. The country over the decades, and particularly in the last 2 decades, has achieved many things. Whether it is in the Department of Space or talking about my subject of defense technologies. Look at the defense technologies, friends. We have achieved many things and we stand tall today among the advanced nations in many technologies. Firstly, let me mention to you about the anti-satellite test what we have done in the year 2019. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has given us the task of demonstrating an anti-satellite mission within a period of just 2 years. He wanted to show it to the world the technological capability this country has. And in 2019, we have demonstrated by neutralizing a satellite in the low Earth orbit by directly hitting it with an accuracy of few centimeters. And we became the 4th nation in the world who have done such an exercise after US, Russia and China, India the 4th nation. Similarly, when you look at, we have developed our own light combat aircraft, tejas. The fighter aircraft, we are the 6th nation in the world who have developed the fighter aircrafts indigenously. We have developed our own main battle tank, Arjun, and we are the again 6th nation in the world who have developed their own main battle tank. We have developed many technologies in the country, and let's take the technology which has been developed in the city of Pune with the laboratories of DRDO and industry there in Pune, the 155 artillery gun. And friends, this gun has the longest range in the world. In the 155 artillery gun, India has the longest range gun now in the world, and that is developed in the city of Pune. And similarly, when you look at, we have the ballistic missile defense program to utilize enemy's ballistic missile which is coming towards our country. The ballistic missile defense program is a successful program this country has developed. We are one among the very few nations in the world. Similarly, look at the missiles like Agni, Prithvi, Astra. These are all, again, we are one of the very few nations standing as one of the fifth nation or sixth nation or seventh nation in the world who have developed such things. So many technologies have been developed. We are one of the first nations who have developed the anti-drone technology. We are one of the first few nations who have developed software-defined radios. So many things have been achieved in the country, and we stand as one among the very few nations in the world who have developed these things. And friends, at the same time, we should still know that we have to develop a lot more. Many things we have to develop, and still we are importing a lot. And one more thing, we always have been developing these things after somebody has been developing it. Some advanced nations develop it, India also develops it later, meaning we have been a technology follower. This is what a change is required. Just now we heard Honorable Member of Lok Sabha mentioning about it. Honorable Prime Minister wants this country not to follow. This country should lead the world. We should become technological leader in the world. We should not be importing the equipment. We should be exporting. We should not be a leading importer. We should be a leading exporter. This is what is the dream of the leadership of the country. And we all need to work on that. If we have to become a leading nation in technology, we should come out with research outcomes first before any other academic institutes in the world comes out. Academic institutes are the ones who actually work on the basic sciences, basic research, and they are the fundamentals who generate the basic research outputs and produce the students who have the research bent of mind. So academic institutes are the fundamentals in any country, in any technology development, where a lot of research has to happen. Universities like MIT-ADT should lead in this and develop a lot of technologies and come out with a lot of basic research outputs, which organizations like DRDO will take it forward from that basic and applied research to developing a lot more things from that and come out with the translation research and come out with a lot more products. So universities like MIT-ADT, the organizations like DRDO and industries should work synergetically to come out with first of its kind products. The products which world have not seen. We should come out with innovative products. And that is what is required today. Coming out with first of its kind products and innovative products is the one. And universities have to play a major role. I always say that universities are the engines of innovation. That is where the knowledge is given to the students and the mind is set towards coming out with innovative products is given from the universities. Friends, when you are walking out of the university today, you have many options. You may join a job in an industry or in a company, or you may pursue your academics further, or you may go ahead with research, or you may come out with an industry, a startup, which is very, very important today. India is looking for a lot more startups. A lot of changes happened in the last 5-6 years. Number of startups have come out in this country. There are more than 56,000 startups which are registered with the MIT-ADT, Government of India. Never seen such startups in this country. Before 5-6 years in this country, everybody who was coming out of engineering colleges was joining in the area of information communication technology. Even the people who studied metallurgy were joining in the information technology area. But the trend has changed now. Youngsters are working out in many areas. They're coming out with startups in many technological areas. Areas like metallurgy, areas like composite materials, areas like working on propulsion technologies, areas like working on engine technologies, green energy, and a lot of startups in the area of defense technology itself coming out. Think in this area, come out with a unique product, come out with a unique design, come out with a innovation. That is what is the need of our today. There are many schemes in the government of India which have come out to encourage these people. We, DRDO, we have a contest every year called Dare to Dream. This is again taken from Dr. Kalam's idea of dream, dream, dream. The Dare to Dream contest in specified verticals invites ideas from youngsters and selects these ideas, and best ideas are rewarded and awarded. Not only that, we have a scheme called Technology Development Funding. If anyone comes out with a good design connected to the defense technologies or dual-use technologies, we fund that particular industry up to 10 crore rupees to realize this design into a product form. The number of industries, particularly MSMEs, which have come and which are taking this funding and going ahead with that. Friends, people like you who are just graduating, you may not have an industry, you may not have an MSME, you may not have even a startup. But if you join the incubation center in the university, and if along with your professor, you have a good design, and then propose it to us, and if we find that it is good to use, we again fund this incubation center for that design, 10 crore rupees, and wherein you can realize this design into product form. Even the ideas which are good ideas in the Dare to Dream, we actually convert into technology development funding for that youngster to come out with the product based on that design. Again, 10 crore rupees is given there. Lot of schemes in the government of India is there. I just mentioned a couple of schemes from DRDO. We are hand-holding the people who are coming out with their design. We support them with our research background. We support with them with the test facilities what we have. You can come and sit down in our laboratories and work with us and come out with your own designs. Come out with your own products. These are all the things which have been encouraged. Many departments in the government of India are encouraged. This is to encourage people like you to come out with most modern systems, advanced systems, and which will be the future of the world. See, friends, we people, the India has to lead the world in the technologies. The only way India can become prosperous today is by advanced technology products. And we develop the advanced technology products, and then these products have to be exported to the entire world. Every country should use the products that come from India. This can happen only when you people come out with advanced technology-based products, innovative products, then it will be sold in the entire world. And that is how the country becomes prosperous. And so, it is all these technology developments and innovations are in your hands. And complete support from the government of India is existing for this. Not only to you, to the academic institutes also. We are supporting the academic institutes in a big way. There are more than about 300 academic institutes with which we are working. We have over 1,000 crores budget for working with the academic institutes on research products. A lot of research outcomes are coming to us, and we are working on those technology, these research outcomes to convert them into technologies and then into products. So again, I say that it is youngsters, you who are coming out in the startup swarm, the industry, and research organizations like us, and the academic institutes. We have to work together to come out with first of its kind technologies and products and make this country proud and prosperous by selling these technologies and products in the entire world, making the flag of India fly high over the entire world and make the dream of leadership of this country. And that is what is there in your hands. And that is what we are all have to work together to make this dream a reality. And my congratulations to once again to all of you, and my best wishes to you, and congratulations to MIT-ADT University on the 4th Convocation. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. May we have a standing ovation for our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy, sir. Though he has shared his online message with all our students and all of us, he himself is present with all of us through online meeting. And we are grateful to him for being here with his virtual presence. Thank you once again. And now, may I request Honorable Vijay Kumar Dash, sir, renowned scientist from the USA. He has worked with Honorable Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Honorable Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, sir. I request Honorable Vijay Kumar, sir, to kindly address the gathering on this auspicious occasion.
Honorable dignitaries of the dais, my friends, my students and parents. I have become very old. I'm almost 80 years old now. And you must be thinking, after listening to this, another Antariksha Vaigyanik, space scientist has come. What will he tell us? I'm not going to speak on any of the subjects or this. I'll only give you some of our best wishes for you and some guidance for you in 2 to 3 minutes. Today, just like all of you parents, they must be feeling very happy to see their children are graduating today. I am also very happy today, extremely happy today, to see my friend Prashant Nand and my little daughter, Aparajita Sadangi, got such honorable, prestigious awards. It makes me very happy today. What I would like to do, I'll do 2 roles. One role is to tell you what you should do to achieve what we have achieved. And also, I will try to invoke the Lord of the universe through a bhajan that please come because we want you. You know, Vidya, which is called Gyan, Vigyan or Pragyan. Vidya is very important, that is called knowledge is power. Other things are not any power. Vidya dadati binayam. Vidyanarasya rupam adhikam prachanna gupta dhanam. Nobody can steal your Vidya. Vidya bhoga kari jasas sukha kari. Vidya gurunanguru. Vidya bandhu jane videsha gamane. Vidya param daivatam. Vidya rajasu pujyate nahi dhanam. Vidya vihune pashu. I am very glad today you have achieved. You have got your degrees. But remember, degrees have no meaning if you have no capability. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan has said yoga is nothing but karmashu kaushalam. You must achieve the pinnacle in your own subject, your own skill, your own achievements. Therefore, I have only one request and an advice to you. Whatever line you have taken, you must be the number one in the world. That should be the dream. That should be your objective. Try very hard. Hard work, sincerity, truthfulness, honesty, humility will drive you in that path. We never thought we'll be launching our rockets, satellites, and we'll be successful in this field, because we used to carry our rockets and in a bullock cart when I started my space scientist career. Dr. Kalam used to carry in a bullock cart and cycle. Today, where we are. So it's hard work, sincerity, and devotion, dedication to your subject that will give you the honor, that will give you the success, and that will give you the satisfaction. Parents, it's my request to you that nothing will give you more pleasure or honor when you see your children, they're doing so well here and abroad and everywhere. So encourage them, motivate them to look at their dreams and their target, and they should work in that field to achieve the goal, achieve the target. This was the only thing I wanted to tell you. It's very important in life because we come and go from this world. Our work, our contribution will always remain. We have an example here, a Karma Yogi, a Sant, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, my bosom friend, my brother. Most affectionate person I have ever seen. I run away from United States to meet him, to see what he has been doing. Bhagirath Bhatt brought the Gangaji for prosperity of our country. Today, Vishwanath Ji Karad brought ज्ञान की भंडार, ज्ञान के सागर from Himalaya to Kanyakumari. What sort of vision? That is, nothing will help this country, nothing will make our country leader, world guru, without the proper knowledge and skill and capabilities. Always, Prime Minister Modi says, it is not just your work, it should be your capability. It is your national spirit, it is your devotion, it is your dedication, and it is your nationalism. Because you know one thing, Dr. Karad, why we are so close. I heard for last 15 years one thing. No country can survive without the proper education. You cannot destroy a country through missiles and atom bombs. But if you change their education system, the country will be in doom. Therefore, I am so proud to be a friend of a great person, great soul, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, who has always given the direction of value-based education, holistic education, and world-class education with creativity, collaborativeness, productivity. That is MIT. With this, I think I will start a bhajan. Hey Bhagwan, you come here. I am invoking you. Now, my heart, my mind and brain is open for you. Come and take the shelter here. तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, मैं द्वार खोल कर बैठा हूँ, मैं द्वार खोल कर बैठा हूँ, तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, तुम आ जाना रे भगवन.
तेरे बिना मन मंदिर मेरा, तेरे बिना मन मंदिर मेरा हो पड़ा सुनसान। तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, रीत पूजा की याद नहीं रे, रीत पूजा की याद नहीं रे। क्या चढ़ाऊं प्रसाद नहीं रे, क्या चढ़ाऊं प्रसाद नहीं रे। तुम हो दाता मैं हूँ भिखारी, क्या दूं रे बलिदान। तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, तुम आ जाना रे भगवन। धन की मुझे तो प्यास नहीं रे, धन की मुझे तो प्यास नहीं रे। दर्शन की बस आस यहीं रे, दर्शन की बस आस यहीं रे। तनिक भगत से भगत नाथ की हो जाए पहचान। तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, मैं द्वार खोल कर बैठा हूँ, मैं द्वार खोल कर बैठा हूँ। तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, तुम आ जाना रे भगवन, तुम आ जाना रे भगवन। सबका कल्याण हो, सबका कल्याण हो।
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful speech and a wonderful bhajan. I now request our beloved founder president, a man with a great vision, torch bearer of world peace, Honorable President Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. Satheesh Reddy Sahab, who could not join us physically, but I just heard him giving you the wonderful message of how and what way you can contribute your share for nation building. And what a good fortune, friends, that today we have two eminent guests, प्रशांत नंदा जी और हमारी बहन, नाम भी सुंदर है, अपराजिता। कभी जीतना मुश्किल है उनको, ऐसी अपराजिता सरंगी मैडम, who has been a very learned scholar. I heard that she has been never second in her life, always a topper, from the first to the last. And he has achieved very unique positions in her life as an administrator, as a person who can deliver, execute and manage the affairs of the various bodies at the collector's level and other positions which he has acquired. And who had taken a very appropriate decision at her own, with her own passion and fire in the belly possibly, understanding
what has been the mission assigned to her with the grace of his mother and father, her mother and father, and possibly committed for making some great contribution to promote the culture of peace in the world. That's my personal feeling. And I can only tell you, friends, that today it truly fills my heart with a sense of pride and pleasure when I stand before you on this most auspicious occasion of the fourth convocation ceremony of this MIT-ADT University, headed, organized and managed by Professor Mangesh Karad and his team. All of them highly committed for championing the cause of value-based universal education system. Friends, it's not a time that I should speak very elaborately. Possibly अपने मराठी में बोला जाता है, ये हृदयचे ते हृदय घातले. ये मन की बात तो है ही, लेकिन उससे ज्यादा दिल की बात है, आत्मा की बात है. I have been all the time trying to understand myself. I am not claiming that I am the expert, I am the only master. Even while listening to the words of praise for me, this very hall, which has been established and possibly evolved, not constructed or made by anyone. It has been evolved for some purpose. The purpose has been possibly being now revealed for the last 2-3 years. It has a mission. It has a tremendous and a great unique message for the well-being of mankind. And all the speakers and the visitors and the great men, not from India alone, but possibly from the world over, they have been waiting for some very unique message, not from this dome, but from Mother India. भारत की तरफ से दुनिया राह देख रही. अभी बहुत सुंदर जिक्र हुआ, अपराजिता मैडम से हुआ, हमारे प्रशांत नंदा साहब ने कहा कि भारत की तरफ से दुनिया राह देखती है. भारतीय संस्कृति, भारतीय परंपरा और भारतीय तत्वज्ञान का जिक्र अपन यहाँ इस हॉल में, इस संस्था में बहुत सालों से चलते आ रहा है. But now there is a realization, friends, that the world has come to some conclusion, especially on the background of this coronavirus and the COVID-19 epidemic, which has made all the Security Council members of the world to hide themselves. The greatest countries, the most powerful nations of the world, like America, China, Britain, France, Germany, Italy, whatever names you take. But you know that we had to, or they had to hide themselves behind the doors. And it has given a message, a very scientific and logical message based on the appropriate understanding of what this universe stands for, जिसमें ज्ञानेश्वर का जिक्र आता है. When at the age of 16, this son Jnaneshwara of India or Maharashtra, he is addressing through the Jnaneshwari a commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Ved Upanishad ka essence and philosophy, which has been contained in the words of wisdom spoken by him. You will not believe, friends, rising of the sun in the east and going to the west is an illusion. 700 years back. 700 साल के पुरानी बात है, इसलिए you know it, friends, but for my guest I can tell you, this very journey from philosopher Saint Jnaneshwara to Albert Einstein, that has been the journey which has been practiced and trying to understand and realize. But this realization, understanding will come after you visit, see it, experience it, and then speak. मैं गर्व की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. ये पैशन है, फायर इन द बेली. कई ऐसा संदेश है जिसके बारे में देह और बुद्धि की विशाल और आत्मा और मन. In our education systems, friends, remember, all the greatest scholars, thinkers, philosophers, scientists, men of religion, men of philosophy, world over, the chancellors, the vice chancellors, the highly educated people of the world community, whether it's Oxford or Cambridge or MIT Boston, or the institutions like us in India. पहले ज़माने में था, नालंदा थी, तक्षशिला थी, जिसको थोड़ा सा नेग्लिजेंस हुआ, लेकिन वक्त आ गया है. And I'll tell you one sentence and stop my speech. The greatest scientists of today, even my friend Dr. Mashwalkar, Dr. Vijay Bhatkar, we have been very fortunate to come together. It was destined possibly that we come together for a cause. इसलिए मैं आपको इतना बोलूँगा कि the Dr. Schrodinger, Penrose, Einstein, these are the greatest names of the great scientists of the whole world, remember. But they have been advising us, you and me, and even the जो भी नेतागण होंगे जिस संस्था में, वो अभी दुनिया को बता रहे, भाई देखो, ध्यान में रखो कि बुद्धि और देह की बात करो, ठीक है, लेकिन आत्मा और मन को भूल मत जाना. Because that plays a very important critical role in the life of human beings. जीव सृष्टि का एक नियम है और संत ज्ञानेश्वर ने उसका चिंतन दिया. The entire universe is a manifestation of your intelligence and consciousness. दो शब्द है भाई. आप तो इंजीनियरिंग के लोग हैं, वेद शास्त्रों में बड़े पढ़ के बाहर जा रहे. Before I forget, please convey my regards to your mother and father. They are waiting for you to come out with all the flying colors, and possibly on this Convocation day, those who have been the men of excellence, the merit, whether it is management, engineering, or any other branch, the gold medalist, the awardees, I think your mother and father must be very, very happy and pleased. मैं इतना कहूँगा कि इसके आगे जर्नी है भाई. इस मदर इंडिया का सही रूप दुनिया के सामने रखना हो तो आपका दायित्व है, ध्यान में रखो. अपराजिता ने 2-3 बार उच्चारण किया अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर का. बड़े कोई अंतर्दृष्टि से, विजन से कई बातें चल रही. परसों उन्होंने कहा कि मेरे पास देने के लिए क्या है, ऐसा पूछा उन्होंने. भगवत गीता. उससे प्रेशियस भारतीय नहीं, सारी दुनिया के संस्कृति का जिक्र है उसमें. रिलीजियस स्क्रिप्चर्स आर लाइफ गाइडिंग स्क्रिप्चर्स, रिमेंबर. वो पवित्र कुरान हो, बाइबल हो, त्रिपिटक हो, हमारी भगवत गीता हो, जरा पढ़ के तो देखो. Along with your engineering and every branch, I am very sure, friends, as your brother, as your friend, as some little bit learned scholar, trying to understand the very essence, this place where we are sitting just now is being recognized by the world community and the people at large as a spiritually oriented scientific laboratory, ऐसा बोला जाता है. ये लेबोरेटरी है, प्रयोगशाला है, और ये दुनिया के सामने रखनी है. Maybe that the world will certainly realize in some time, and the words of wisdom spoken by the great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda, which has been my ideal. संत ज्ञानेश्वर तुकाराम की बात हो, शांती परते नाही सुख, एर अवघेची दुःख, म्हणून शांती धरा उतराल पहिले करा. आमा घरी धन शब्दांचीच रत्ने, शब्दांचीच शस्त्रे यत्ने करो. और ज्ञानेश्वर के बारे में बोलने का तो सवाल नहीं, लेकिन टुडे द वर्ल्ड इज लुकिंग टू दिस प्लेस एंड दिस वेरी मदर इंडिया, जिसका सही संदेश दुनिया के सामने ले जाने के लिए शायद अभी मैं बोलूँगा कि हमारी छोटी बहन को माँ सरस्वती देवी, विद्या की देवता, ज्ञान की देवता, मंदिर बना, कैसे बना, किसने बनवाया, लेकिन ये पुरस्कार, पहला पुरस्कार माता सरस्वती देवी के नाम पर जिनको दिया गया, उनका पूरा जीवन मैंने देखा. इट हैज़ बीन अ वेरी डिजर्विंग पर्सनालिटी who has very well spoken before you. और दूसरे हमारे भाई प्रशांत नंदा जी, दोनों ने अपना बयान यहाँ किया अपने जीवन के बारे में। कोई संकल्प के लिए आना है, ये दोनों का आना, ये विजय ने अभी भजन जो गाया, जरा सुनने की कोशिश करो भाई। कितनी भावना थी, कितना सुंदर वचन था। भगवान के द्वारा, भगवान कहाँ है पता नहीं, गॉड की कॉन्सेप्ट, ईश्वर की कॉन्सेप्ट, ये ईश्वर निर्मित कार्य ऐसा बोला जाता है। लेकिन विजय दास वॉज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू मेक दिस हैपन। और हमारी बहन अपराजिता और प्रशांत नंदा जी को यहाँ आना, उनको यहाँ सम्मानित करना, ये सारी चीज़ें मेरा भाई है स्पेस साइंटिस्ट हु हैड संग, यही भजन बद्रीनाथ के व्यास गुफा में गाया था इसने पहली बार। उनके लिए जरा तालियां दीजिए, जरा जोर से। पैसा नहीं लगता है भाई ताली बजाने के लिए, एक ध्यान में रखना। इसको मुझे दुख होता है कि अभी जो गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट ले रहे थे, अरे यू शुड क्लैप वेरी लाउडली भाई, दिल से करो ना, नाटक मत करना। जीवन में ध्यान में रखो, मन करारे प्रसन्न सर्व सिद्धीचे कारण, अनुरेणु थोकड़ा और तुका आकाशा एवढा, ये सिद्धांत है भाई। गॉड पार्टिकल आपने सुना है? जरा सोचो तो सही, व्हाट इज गॉड पार्टिकल, व्हाट इज हिग्स बोसॉन पार्टिकल, एंड देन व्हाई संत तुकाराम 400 साल के पहले ये बता रहे अणुरेणु थोकड़ा मतलब क्या है? आई एम द स्मॉलेस्ट ऑफ द स्मॉलेस्ट ऑफ द स्मॉल पार्टिकल ऑफ द यूनिवर्स, बट व्हाट टाइप, इट कैन एनकम्पास द एंटायर यूनिवर्स। कल्पना तो करो, ये क्या है भाई, ब्रह्मांड क्या है, यूनिवर्स क्या है, उसका रूप कैसा है, निर्गुण निराकार ईश्वर है। और उसका चिंतन 400 साल के पहले कोई पीएचडी नहीं, बीएससी नहीं, कुछ डिग्री नहीं, ऐसी एक शख्सियत संत तुकाराम हो। अभी जगन्नाथ जी के बारे में बड़ी भावना से बोला गया, मैं बोलता मुझे भेद नहीं नजर आता। जगन्नाथ जी हो या संत ज्ञानेश्वर हो या पांडुरंग हो, एक रूप है भाई। That is the smallest. I tell you, it is the smallest of the small particle of the universe, which can encompass the whole universe. ये सिद्धांत बोला गया 730 साल के पहले, 16 साल की उम्र में। बड़ी लंबी कहानी है, थोड़ा मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि ऑल माय स्टूडेंट्स स्पेशली डोंट कॉल दिस एज अ ब्लाइंड फेथ। ए स्पिरिचुअलिटी एंड साइंस पुट टुगेदर इज गोइंग टू मेक योर लाइफ। ये जो जीव है ना, ये जीव सृष्टि जो है, उसका मेकिंग करने से बारे में लिखा है। आज मैं ज़्यादा, बीइंग अ टीचर आल्सो, आई मे कंटिन्यू लिटिल बिट लॉन्गर, बट आई वांट टू स्टॉप इट हियर। अगेन आई कन्वे माय ब्लेसिंग्स टू योर पेरेंट्स, उनको प्रणाम बोल देना। और इनके लिए अभी फिर से एक बार जिनका सम्मान हुआ, उनके लिए ज़रा खड़े होकर जोर से तालियां बजाओ। खड़े हो जाओ। आई गिव इन द ऑर्डर, प्लीज। राजिता जी जोर से। थैंक यू, थैंक यू। देखो भाई, छोटी बात है, मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथि देवो भव। ये तो अतिथि है हमारे। अतिथियों का सम्मान दिल से किया जाता है, मन से किया जाता है भाई। सम्मान करो और मन प्रसन्न रखो। जब भी करोगे ना, साफ होना चाहिए, ट्रांसपेरेंट होना चाहिए, और अभिवादन करने की आदत होनी। नम्र झाला, पराजिता ने बहुत बोली कि नम्र झाला भूता त्याने कोंडिले अनंत, ऐसा एक सिद्धांत है। ये सिद्धांत है सारे। इफ यू आर लीनियंट, विनम्र हो, तो दुनिया को जीत सकते हो। उसका जिक्र किया अपराजिता ने, मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि what we have done is the most appropriate thing which they deserve, and they certainly deserve this great honor of the respect and the reverence which we have shown through the citation of honors, and especially the Doctor of Philosophy, the D.Litt. बड़ा ऑनर है ये भावना का आदर है। तो सबके इस भावना के लिए मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। एंड आई स्टॉप हियर वंस अगेन। उनको तालियां थोड़ी सी। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Thank you, respected sir. May I now request Dr. Mahesh Chopre sir, Registrar of the University, to request Honorable President sir to conclude the convocation ceremony.
Honorable President Sir, I request Your Honor to announce the conclusion of the convocation ceremony.
Friends, now I declare that the convocation ceremony is over. Thank you.
Thank you. May I now request Dr. Ananta Chakradev sir to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais I am here to propose vote of thanks. My sincere thanks to Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy, Honorable Secretary, Department of Defense, R&D and Chairman DRDO, for gracing this occasion and guiding our students. My sincere thanks to Mr. Prashanta Nanda for accepting the doctorate degree which we have given, Doctor of Philosophy. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you very much for enlightening the crowd with your rich experience. My sincere thanks to Mrs. Aparajita Sarangi, IAS, an honorable member of Lok Sabha, for accepting the award on behalf of us. Madam, thank you very much for your excellent speech and words of wisdom. Thanks a lot. I also thank a parent who is sitting here, Shri Anil Parabji, Cabinet Minister of Transport, State of Maharashtra, for his presence. I thank all the trustees who are present here, Dr. Suchitra Nagre, Jyoti Dhakane, Vinayak Ghesaji. My sincere thanks to Dr. Das. Thank you very much, Dr. Mangesh Karad, sir. Under your leadership, we tried to make this occasion a successful occasion. My special thanks to all governing council members, board of management members, academic council members, board of studies members for continuously encouraging our students and giving valuable suggestions in our academic activities. Thanks to all the parents, and most important, thanks to all the students who today are convocated, have received gold medals, a certificate of appreciation, rank certificates, and otherwise also convocated. Thanks to press, digital and print media, and last but not the least, thanks to all the committee members. Actually, we started planning when we decided to have convocation for all 2,200 students. But because of coronavirus, we had to cut it down to only few students. But thanks to all the committee members who have worked day and night to make this event grand success. Thanks one and all. Thanks again, and over to Swapnil for further proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Convocation ceremony will conclude with Pasayadan. All rise for the Pasayadan.
विश्वात्मके देवे येने वाग्यज्ञे तोषावे तोषोनिमजजावे पसायदानहे जे खळांती व्यंकटी सांडो तया सत्कर्मी रतिवाढ भूता परस्परे पडो मैत्र जीवांचे दुरिताचे तिमिरदा विश्वस्वधर्म सूर्ये पाहो जो देवांशील तो तेलाहो प्राणी जाय मंगळी ईश्वर निष्ठांची मांदियाळी अनवरत भूमंडळी भेट तू भूता चला कल्पतरूंचे आरव चेतना चिंतामणीचे गाव बोलते जे अर्णव पियुषाचे चंद्रमे जे अलांछन मार्तंड देता पहिन ते सर्वाही सदा सज्जन सोय रे हो तू किंबहुना सर्व सुखी पूर्ण होनिसिही लोकी भजिजो आदि पुरुषी अखंडित आणि ग्रंथोपजीविये विशेषी लोकीये दृष्टादृष्ट विजये हो आवे येथ म्हणे श्री विश्वेश्वराव हा होईल दान पसाव येणे वरे ज्ञान देवो सुखिया
Thank you. And now, all the dignitaries will leave the convocation stage in procession. I request all the invitees and scholars to rise in their seats and remain standing till the procession disperses. I request the invitees and scholars to rise in their seats and remain standing till the procession disperses. Lunch is arranged for graduating students and their parents in MIT World Peace Dome Library. And dear students and parents, finally you all are free to take your beloved selfies to capture these moments at 4th Convocation ceremony at MIT-ADT University. Dear parents and students, there are selfie points around the domes. You may take the selfies at these selfie points. Thank you. Lunch is arranged for all the staff members at the MIT World Peace Dome Library. Thank you.